This is my flip phone. Hello? Yeah, I can't talk right now. No, I can't FaceTime. Things are happening, things are happening, things are happening. I literally brushed my teeth for this moment. Oh yeah, Maha Clark, baby. I repeat, really, really cool and exciting things are happening. This might actually change the trajectory of my life because Jesus has put it in my heart to do this. This is my flip phone. Yeah! This thing's chunky. Hello? Yeah, I can't talk right now. No, I can't FaceTime. I can't FaceTime. I ain't got an iPhone no more. I can't FaceTime. Yeah, I've got a flip phone. Ah!
She'll call you later.
On average for Gen Zs, we spend about 6 to 8 hours per day just on our phone. If I didn't change anything, I would have been on track of spending 14 years of my life just staring at this stupid thing. No. There were many, many reasons why I wanted to fully commit to switching out my iPhone for a flip phone, which I also didn't realize people call dumb phones nowadays. I tried virtually everything in the past. I've done social media cleanses, deleted my Instagram, my socials. I've tried the screen time blockers, virtually anything you can think of, except for a lockbox because I thought that was just stupid. And I knew that this was something that the Lord was trying to tell me, is to let go of distractions. And truthfully, the biggest distraction I have in my life really truly is my phone and social media. If I didn't change that, then something else in my life that is actually purposeful is going to compensate for it. I've seen people with screen times of 10 plus hours a day and vocalize that they're okay. I don't know if that's really true, but to each his own. But it was bad enough for me to a point where I'd try to pick up a book and then wonder what's new on Instagram. I'd even wake up and immediately turn over, grab my phone and spend the first 30 minutes of my day on my phone instead of in the Word, instead of in prayer with Jesus. Even when I was at work, if ever I was anxious about a meeting, I would go on my phone and just scroll aimlessly. And I tricked myself into believing that that was just a coping mechanism to get rid of my anxiousness. But truthfully, after all that scrolling, the anxiousness never left. Yeah, I avoided it for a little bit, but oftentimes it would come back twice as hard. And it's kind of embarrassing, but it got to a point where I would delete Instagram for a couple of days, but then have an itch to go on Instagram, so then I'd search it up on Safari. This isn't how I want to live my life. This is crazy. So this is actually like industrial construction person's work phone, but it has more capabilities than your traditional dumb phone. I ain't seen a phone battery in a minute. It's giving middle school Maha. Hey, let me get your BB. What's your BB pin? What's your BB pin? How do you work this? Maybe I should read the instructions. Ooh. Psych, who needs instructions?
This is a Cat S22 Flip. It is not like your typical dumb phone. It operates on the Android OS, so it has way more capabilities. I could download WhatsApp, which was the main thing I was looking for, so I could still talk to family overseas. And there were still apps like Google Maps and YouTube, but going on these apps did take up a lot of battery and it just froze so often, so it's pretty much pointless. It did have mobile hotspot as well, but it was finicky for me. I also forgot to mention that it was touchscreen, which is pretty cool. Had I known it was touchscreen prior, I probably wouldn't have bought it just because I wanted the OG flip phone experience. Other than that, it did operate like a traditional flip phone. Texting took forever, which I expected. So if I was texting you, just know that I actually cared, because what usually would take me 5 seconds to text, it took me 5 minutes. But it did show me how to slow down, and it made me recognize how fast-paced this Western world can be, especially in the US.
Here's my video. As you can see, the quality on this is pretty buns. So this is literally why I decided not to use this phone to capture any moments, any photos or videos, because I was just like, once you go from a good quality, you can't go back. Oh, hey. Oh, hey. Okay, goodbye. did notice that I started getting bored more, which honestly was such a great thing because it allowed me to really tap into the things that I've been putting off or thinking I didn't have enough time to. But truthfully, the time that I didn't have enough of was just spent scrolling and staring at my phone. I found myself wanting to eat outside more, just stare and look at the birds and the clouds and the trees more, just look up from my phone. It allowed me to take more walks, spend more time with my dogs, just be outside more and just be in awe of God's creation, which was so refreshing, and I think it was a mental detox that my mind really needed.
I'm in the car waiting for Christian and Joshua to get their haircuts. Usually if I'm in a position where I'm just waiting around on someone or just like waiting for time to pass, I'm immediately on my phone scrolling. It's weird scrolling here because what I'm gonna do, scroll on my WhatsApp messages and my text messages. I'm good on that. So we're making it a whole thing. I have my water, I have my book, and a pen in case I want to underline things. We're just gonna read The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han. And it's quiet, like I don't even have music going on or anything. It was actually quite nice. It's honestly so quiet. I'm kind of digging it. Like you can just hear. This is something that I am very proud of. I've read more books in the past couple of weeks of me not being on my phone than I have ever read in like the last 2 years, which is honestly shameful, but also a happy moment for me. These are the 3 books, The Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy by Jenny Han. This one probably took me a week, and then It's Not Summer Without You probably took me a couple of days to read. And this one, I haven't binged read a book in forever. I literally read this in a couple of hours and I just was soaking it all up. Bam. And this is the next book that I'm still currently reading. It's called The Supremes at Earl's All You Can Eat by Edward Kelsey Moore. And I'm actually really excited to read this one because this is going to be turned into a movie that comes out in August. My husband has a role in this movie, so I was like, let me go read the book before I watch the movie. Now the fact that I'm on like a reading streak makes me so happy, and it's something that I look forward to now. It's something that I fill my time, I fill my brain with other than doom scrolling on other people's lives that I don't even remember and I don't really care about. I'm just glad I'm back into a habit and routine and a yearning to read. If you have any book recommendations, comment down below because I would love to fill up my summer TBR with more books. However, as much as I want to say my experience with the dumb phone was 100% life-changing and I never want to go back to an iPhone, yada, 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 that is very untrue. It really puts into perspective how much we rely on our phone and how heavy our society depends on technology and its capabilities. We are at the Eat Black Charlotte event, and this is honestly my first real challenge of not having an iPhone. Basically, there's a bunch of food vendors, and you need an app on your phone to scan a QR code to pay for food that you purchase at the food vendors. And since I have a flip phone, I couldn't really scan the QR code and do all that good stuff. That's why we have a husband.
For what?
Right?
For what?
He's gonna get my food for me.
Oh,
Thank you so much,
really?
husband. We are en route to Jackie Hill and Preston Perry's podcast tour. I am on my no phone journey. Usually, like if we're in church, for example, I would just take notes on my iPhone, the Notes app. But we're gonna go old school with the actual notebook. And will I be able to take pictures? No. But that's what this camera's for. And Christian's phone. But if I was being very, very serious about this journey, then I wouldn't use Christian's phone either. So we just have the camera. Hi everybody! 1 mile without headphones. I hear everybody's breath, heavy breathing. It's going great. It's my favorite song ever. 1 mile complete. We ran it in like 8 minutes and 20-ish seconds, which was pretty good. It was actually pretty nice running without my earphones on because I was more so focused on the birds, my actual breathing, and singing worship music in my head. Could I run without headphones for a 5K? Probably not. Probably not. But you know, this was fun. I'd run a mile without my headphones again.
Tired.
He did really good getting into his running era. Into his running man era.
Notable difficulties, the biggest one I would say is not having the ability to capture photos and videos in the moment to look back at. But I will say it also made me think about how I wanted to post on my story. My first thought would be that's such a cool photo to take, but then my second thought is I want to post that on my Instagram story. Why do I immediately think, oh, let me post that on Instagram? You know, why can't I just keep it for myself? Why can't I just keep it for the people who are around me experiencing it? Why can't I let it be a time to tell the story later on to friends and family? Like, why I gotta post it on Instagram? You ain't gotta post everything on Instagram. Being on socials for a very formative part of my life and for over a decade, I think I started to like shift my understanding of creativity. Like if I was to post on socials, then that was just me being creative. Whereas truthfully, there's so many other ways in life that you can be creative and you can show your imagination, your creativity outside of socials. I think that was a really good shift and realization for me, is just that, yeah, I see that this is beautiful and I see the creativity and a vision for it, but that doesn't necessarily mean the value of the creativity goes away because it's not posted or shared on socials. My mind and my mental space, everything just felt quiet. It felt quiet. In the mornings, it felt quiet. At night, it felt quiet. My time with Jesus felt quiet. It felt calm. My mind didn't feel as chaotic. The Lord is telling me, hey, you need to change something about your lifestyle and your habits and the way you're spending your time. But not only that, you need to quieten your mind.
Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys. Okay.
I think there's just so much value in the long term of trying to reclaim your time, your focus, your attention span. And who knows what the effects of iPhones and social media has on us right now, just because we're in the middle, we're in the moment. But I will say switching to a flip phone was definitely very helpful. I wouldn't say it was life-changing. Maybe I could say it was life-changing. I don't know, when I think of life-changing, I think of like meeting Jesus. As capable and convenient and powerful this device is, this device also brought me a lot of chaos and a lot of overstimulation. So I am happy I switched to a flip phone. I would definitely do it again. And if you are in a position where you think, okay, I need a mental detox, I need time away from my phone, or you don't trust yourself, or don't think you have the self-control to just block the apps or anything like that, I would recommend using a flip phone. This one was a good one. It's not cute. She's chunky. She's a little chunky monkey now. The capabilities here are limited, but still very good for what you need it for.